So I'm dealing with a situation that has, um, been continual for closer to 20 years, maybe 15, 16 years. So I'll try to keep this. I'll try to get to all the bullet points. I'll try to get to all the most important stuff in this story. Um, but for those who know me, I served in the military. I got out in 2008. I'm a post 9/11 veteran. I served at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Um, and sorry, but upon getting out, once you're discharged and basically converted back to civilian life, or they're just kind of sending you back into the regular world, you're not really guided on if you're going to get benefits and what's next once you get out. Look for a job, figure out if you're going to live back at home with whoever you're living with, or just kind of figure it out. And years later, I kind of started figuring out small details about what happens after you're discharged and things like that. And for this particular situation, I was granted the post 9/11 GI Bill, which covers educational benefits. And this is information that, you're not explicitly explained to or given to. I didn't have a VSO when I got out. I didn't have anyone contacting me saying, hey, let's try and help you explore benefits, and none of that. So I was given literally a Timberland box full of military paperwork, discharge paperwork. And I still have this shoebox with every single document to this day, just kind of like figuring out what I'm supposed to do next. So basically, it was hard to find work. Ended up landing a maintenance job. And then I ended up going to school. So I ended up enrolling in a 2-year community college. Unbeknownst to me, my benefits were already active, I guess. And during this time, when I enrolled into school, obviously I filled out financial aid and got set up with that with one of the representatives before I enrolled in school to help pay for school and what have you. And maybe about a year in, I started getting, I got a notification to come back into the financial aid office because they said the military is paying for my school. Very surprising. In the middle of class, I still remember like it was yesterday. And I remember the person's name and everything. So this representative brought me into the office, assigning a financial aid award letter about my current quarter that I was in and whatnot being paid off by the military. So I'm thinking, oh, how nice, So long story short is, fast forward, I'm just kind of living my regular life, trying to figure things out. I graduated from school in 2012. I started the school in 2010, got out in 2012. Just to kind of give you that timeline, got out of the military 2008. So got out 2008, went to school, enrolled in 2010, graduated 2012. After this timeline, bills are hitting. At this time, I was in my first marriage. I was just trying to figure things out. I was working full time, going to school full time, or I was going to school full time when I was going to school. But at this time, I was just working full time, just trying to make ends meet. And comes to find out after all of this time, I'm responsible for paying all of these student loans. And after forbearance and deferment after deferment, trying to reconnect all of the steps and things that I took before I enrolled, and at that time, my VA, my post 9/11 GI Bill was still active. So I could have went to school 10 other times if I really wanted to and graduated for free. I think it had just expired back in 2024 or 2023. So it was active for at least 10 years. And so deferment after forbearance, I'm still responsible for these student loans when I actually shouldn't be paying for them at all. I had the VA do an audit for the educational federal funds that was sent to the school while I was going. They sent over $46,000 to the school that the school did not apply to my education. The exact number is actually $46,661. They sent that exact amount to the school. But to this day, it's April 21st, 2026. I'm still responsible for these school loans, these student loans that I'm still having to pay off, which is resulting in only about $20,000. But that's not the point. I don't have to pay a dime. I've been trying to sign up for assistance. It's impacted my entire financial life, hindering me from getting approved for car loans, houses, credit cards, everything. I've been denied year after year after year, trying to make a life for myself, my kids, my wife, my now wife, all of these things that I've been trying to do. And it's been hard because I've been reaching out for help and no one is helping me. I've reached out to the Office of the Attorney General. I've reached out to the Department of Education. I just resubmitted to the Federal Trade Commission. I've reached out to state representatives, state senates, people in Washington. I've reached out to a lot of places, and I just seem to hit the dead end every single time. So, now with that brief information, it's kind of hard for me to obviously attend these town hall meetings at any of the veteran affairs, because I would love to bring this up in front of a town hall meeting with the VA to see what people really have to say. I've attended legal clinics. No one wants to take care of this. And then on top of this, to make this entire story even worse, maybe, the school is permanently closed. It permanently closed back in 2018. However, me trying to do as much research and to try and create as much of a paper trail as I could possibly create is all of the people that I was involved with, from financial aid even to the owner of this school, they are still active on like LinkedIn and other social medias. And so whatever legal representative wants to take on this information, wants to take on this case, I did the paperwork. I did the investigation for you. I have every single document from the VA, including signatures, including where these people that helped me, I have their current businesses now, changed last names. I have about 4 years of payments that I've been paying on this loan just to try to get my credit to be back to a normal spot. I have email conversations about people who are trying to help me and then just kind of say, we can't do nothing. This situation is not for us. Try somebody else. I've done all the things. And so I'm not afraid of another no. But I am looking for someone who is willing to say, yes, let me take the time, let me look into this, let me try to help, because you are entitled to help. At least I'm not even asking for any compensation, although I'm pretty sure I would be entitled to it. Keep the money, clear my credit, free me financially. That's what I want. I don't care if it was that $46,000 on the table. If I had to choose between that or financial freedom, give me the financial freedom, bro. I can hustle. I can hustle a little bit longer and get this money back. But I need some help, y'all. I really need somebody to see what they can do to look into this. Like I said, I did the paperwork. I did the paper trail. I have the owners' names. I have people in financial assistance names who I worked with. I have signatures. I have audits from the VA. I have documentation from the VA with award letters. I have the whole 9 yards, literally. At most, all people would have to do is just ask me questions if they have any specific questions about it. So we'll see what happens. I'm going out on my mustard seed of faith, and I'm gonna broadcast this or send this video out and see what help I am willing to get. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all time. For whoever made it to the end of this video, God bless. Peace.